Hey everyone, this is Neil Napier here. Just give me a very quick shout out in the chat box if you can hear me all right and if you can see the screen as well. I've got Alvin with me who'll be handling most of the presentation, but I wanted to make sure that I jump on today and add a few very important things that you need to know to get the most result out of this session today. So again, as always, let me know in the chat box you can hear me okay, and audio and screen are okay, says Lester Lynn. Lester, that's awesome. Perfect. And by the way, we'll be trying out something new today, so you're going to hear about it more at the end. Make sure you stick around to see what that new thing is. It's like no one out there is doing that at the moment in our marketplace. Okay, just bear that in mind. I'll see who's on the call. We've got Jeffrey, John, Lester, of course, Martin, Michael, Regis. Hey, good to have you here. Russ, Somasheka, you too. Tefo. I know it's a bit of an odd time because we're doing this at 8 a.m. Eastern. Usually it's at 10 a.m. Eastern or 3 p.m. Eastern. So for those that couldn't make it, hopefully still watching the replay. For those that did make it, welcome. And I'm looking forward to share something interesting with you today. So Alvin, what I want to do is I want to actually take over the screen from you for a couple of minutes, and then I'll pass it back to you. Is that okay?
Sure, that would be awesome, Neil.
Okay. All right. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I want to spend a little bit of time right now to talk about traffic, and then I'll pass it back to Alvin, and I think he might be repeating a few things here, but it's kind of crucial that you pay close attention to what I'm about to share. So there are a few different ways to drive traffic. There was a book I was reading recently. It's called Traction. You don't need to read that book. I mean, if you want to, it's good, but I'll give you a summary right now what the book said. It's more aimed at startups and SaaS companies, software as a service. But Traction says that there are 17 different channels for traffic, right? There are literally 17 different channels or methods for traffic that you can use to grow your business. And I mean, some of them, yeah, you could say all of this comes in the social, right? But there are tons of different things, but 17 channels which work really well time and time again. And what they said was that you need to pick one and focus on that. You need to find one source of traffic. You need to test it out for a couple of weeks. If it works well, go all in, spend like 3 months on it, come out of it, see how it turns out. That was their summary, that was their message. And they said do one traffic source at a time. Now that is really, really good advice. And if you are struggling to get traffic to your opt-in pages, to your membership site, sales pages, to your e-com pages, whatever, there are many different ways of going about it, right? Facebook ads work really well for e-commerce, but you literally end up spending 40% of whatever your revenue is in ads, which means that every month you're reinvesting back at least 40% to continue maintaining. If you really want to grow, you got to put back 100% in. So it's a good channel, but really, really expensive. LinkedIn doesn't always work for everyone, right? Because LinkedIn is good for business to business, but if you want to sell cosmetics, if you want to sell a guide to, let's say, meditation, LinkedIn might not be the best place for that. Twitter is more of a thing that people use to shout, to send out a tweet into the World Wide Web. It's more of a broadcasting. I mean, there's some conversations going on as well, but it's more of a broadcasting. Then there are many different ways. There's guest posting, like I said, organic ranking and whatnot. So there are tons of different ways of driving traffic. And if you're wondering what's the right one for you, the short answer for that is I don't know. The long answer for that is you spend 3 months, you spend 2 weeks first, and then 3 months, you spend a ton of money, ton of time to figure out what channel will work for you. It can be done. We do it. Every other company we know does it. They grow their business by investing in the right kind of traffic platforms, and they invest a lot of money and time. Like I had literally 2 people focused on content marketing for the last 6 months. I had to let them go because they were doing a crappy job, but I was spending close to $3,000 a month just in content marketing for the last 6 months. Now, that one didn't work for me, just so you know. Content marketing isn't a big traffic source for us. What is a big traffic source? I'm not going to reveal that right now. We'll get to that a little bit later. And it's also not quite what you will see today, but it's connected to that. Okay? So what we're going to show you today is a new traffic source, a perpetual traffic source, a traffic source that you don't need to spend money on all the time, but it continues to give you leverage from other people's networks, right? So there's this concept of other people's networks, which I'm trying to remember the name of the application. I think it was called Thunderclap. I'm not sure if it's alive anymore. I think they closed it down, or did they? No, they didn't, but it doesn't really, I haven't heard too much from them. But essentially with Thunderclap, you can ask other people to tweet your post, share on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, things like that. So really good concept, but it didn't work for some reason. I think that reason was that it was all based on like, it all needs to happen at one given time, and it just didn't pick up traction because of that reason. But the idea still stands, is that you can leverage other people's networks to grow your traffic. You can leverage my network, I can leverage yours, then we can leverage Alvin's, Alvin can leverage ours, and so on and so forth. And it's a network effect. So if I just zoom out a little bit more and kind of draw this for you. Okay, so let me just delete this one because we don't need it. Okay, so right now, if I want to get traffic, I get traffic from, say, Facebook, and I get traffic from Google. Now, this is all well and good, but whenever I stop working, I stop getting traffic. So it's not perpetual traffic. I got to keep spending money. I got to keep spending time optimizing it. But let's say if you were there as well, who was also getting traffic from Google, then we could work with each other, right? I'm going to draw that as a red, actually. Then we can work with each other. Let's say if we had a network where we had a ton of other people, there. If we had a network where we had a ton of other people, there was fairness in the system, and we could all leverage from each other's traffic, how awesome would that be? Would that be good or not? You tell me first, before we go ahead, if you were part of such a network where you didn't have to continue to pay every month, but you could still get traffic from everyone, and you could drive traffic to everyone, would that network be beneficial for you, do you think? Do you think you would like to be part of a network like this? Give me yes or no. I'm already kind of giving you the idea, but you get it, right? That if there was a network that you were powering up and then was being powered up for you, the whole thing would work really well for you, and you wouldn't have to continue wasting time and money on traffic. You could instead focus on what you do best, which is creating products, doing email marketing if that's what you want to do. Spending your time on Facebook trying to generate new leads just by talking to people, whatever worked for you. Because in the back end, all the traffic is taken care for you. So that's the idea of today's session. If that's clear, I'm going to pass it back over to Alvin, and Alvin's going to do some presentation. He's going to show you some of the things that we've been looking into to get you to be part of a bigger network.
All right, let me just grab the screen from you, Neil, real quick. See. All right. So, guys, just a quick check. If you can hear me and if you can see the screen as well, you should see partner with us in creating a real traffic network. Give me a 1 or a yes in the chat. All right, so let me just pop up the chat here, and awesome. So we're ready. So today, again, like Neil mentioned, is that we're gonna talk about creating kind of like a new traffic source that's not really going to be as expensive or perhaps as costly as what others are implementing right now. And again, we're gonna do the presentation a bit differently. Neil actually structured the presentation a bit different compared to what we really do, because I want to really focus on the impact this has. All right, now we're going to talk about getting real traffic. Now, there's been a lot of talk lately when you go to Facebook, when you go to Google, that a lot of the traffic or the clicks they're generating are not from real people, right? I think there was an article about that I saw a few weeks ago, that there was this lady with like 15, 20 different iPhones just clicking on ads. And that's the problem with with Facebook and other advertising platforms is that there's really no way to communicate with other advertisers. You're basically competing for the ad space, right? The more you pay, the more clicks you get. But there's really no way to be a community when it comes to advertising. And that's what we want to change here. Right? Together we can create a real traffic network that is based on quality rather than how much you're willing to pay. Right? So three things we're gonna cover today is first, why building this traffic network is necessary and how it can impact your business. Whether you're just starting, or you're just a startup, or perhaps you're already getting thousands of clicks every month, but you just want a more cost-effective solution. Number two is, how will this be different from the other sources of traffic that is already there? And third, we're going to talk about how you can fully leverage this and never pay for expensive or even fake traffic or clicks ever again. All right. So that's going to be the three main things we're going to talk about on today's session. Now, just like what I mentioned earlier, there's been a lot of study about bots. There's the good bots and the bad bots. But if you really think about it, if you're advertising, wouldn't you want to get 100% human clicks, not just from a software or not just from a tool? Who here agrees with me that if you paid for something, you should get 100% of what you paid for? Give me a yes if you agree with that statement. If you paid $1 for a click, that dollar should come from a person who's actually interested, not just someone who's just clicking on the ads so that your ad costs will pile up. Yes, says Russ. Yes, says Jefferson as well. We should get whatever we paid for, not through bots, good or bad. Now, and this is beside the fact that none of these clicks actually make you money, right? A bot, whether it's a good bot for monitoring, or perhaps it's someone just spamming, is not gonna make you money. They're not gonna buy the product just for the sake of it. And if you're getting fake traffic, more traffic than real people, then you're spending more money, earning less. And the worst part of it is that if Google actually goes to your site and see, hey, this traffic or these clicks are from known spam bots or from IPs that are, well, blacklisted, it's going to penalize your site when it comes to rankings. So it affects you in a short-term way when it comes to ads, but it also affects your site when it comes to your rankings in the search engine. And let's say in the best case scenario that you're able to get 20% of all your traffic to convert, which is impossible, right? I, I don't think no one has ever been able to convert 20% of their traffic. And if you're relying on organic reach, or if you're relying on ads, that's still going to be a lot of money to spend just to get a new customer. Because even if it did, let's say right now the pricing for the per clicks, or the cost per click on Facebook is around $5 to $10. Again, this depends on your country, it depends on your interest, and of course your target market. But let's say we're talking about the tier one countries, the US, the UK, Australia, and all that. It costs an average of $5 to $10 per click. And let's say you have spent $50 for that, or let's say you spent $50 and then 20% of it converts. That's still going to be a $50 customer acquisition cost. If you're selling a product, let's say an ebook for 47 or $97, or a training, that means half of your revenue or all of your revenue is spent on just getting that customer, right? And unfortunately, the good old days of just posting on social media is no longer there. Facebook's been clamping down on exposure when it comes to post. Even if you have a fan page with 20 million followers, you would be lucky to get the 2 or 3% of that share, or even leave a comment on that post. And again, from the 3% or 2%, you'll be lucky to at least get another 10% who's gonna click on get the offer. And ads are the only way to get exposure nowadays. But the problem is ads are getting more and more expensive month per month. And this is exactly why creating a mutual community driven traffic network is necessary. We need to be able to create a network that is built by marketers and like-minded people like you, me, Neil, and all of you Kavia customers, and we can use that, and we can benefit from each other's traffic source. Right? So guys, before I proceed, is this making sense so far? Give me a quick yes if you agree that this is a necessary step when it comes to generating traffic. All right. And Regis, I'm gonna answer that question for you in a bit about laser targeted traffic. All right. So, and the best thing about it here is that we want to partner with you and starting this from the ground up. Now, there are already people in the network, but we want to build a community around this so that we can help each other make money. All right. So let me talk to you on how this network will be different from the others out there. As mentioned earlier, it's community driven, right? There's a rating system as well. That means you collect points for sharing relevant community content and spend points for targeted traffic for your own content. So, does this mean? This means that you need to pick the content that is valuable to your customers, to your followers, and you get rewarded for that. And with that reward, you can also spend that reward on advertising to other people inside of the network, right? So of course, the more valuable that share becomes, the more points you can give away. So you can control the points that you're going to be giving away, right? And with this, you have a rating system that allows you to review the share that you receive. You can block and manage certain people or even countries from sharing your content. Now, that means if your product, let's say, is a physical product that's only going to be marketed towards the US and the UK, then you can prevent other countries from sharing that product, right? Or that content on their own site. You'll also be able to monitor all the shares as well so that you only get the best of everything when it comes to the traffic you're getting. Now unfortunately, that's something you can't do in Facebook, right? For me, you get to see the clicks, you get to select what countries to target, but you don't actually you can actually block people. You can't actually um you can't actually track where that traffic is coming from. Maybe perhaps in the city or state, but you can't track on a per person basis, right? Number two is this is real shares that produce real targeted traffic. Now, just like I mentioned earlier, is that you're going to be able to join a network of like-minded online entrepreneurs. You simply use your points and get traffic, and of course, leave it at that. There are no fake walls that will click or share. There are no hopping of some kind. And again, you can get viral easily with the right content. And of course, you have complete transparency. You'll be able to see 100% what's happening inside of the network. You'll be able to see how it grows, how many people are there, how many shares, and all that. Right? You'll be able to track your own community as well, and see how much it's growing. And four is you have featured content that actually will matter. Now, with Facebook, it's just that you actually have to spend money to be on the news feed, right? You see like sponsored posts, you see that all the time in Facebook on the right hand side as well. But it's not always relevant to you. Now, with this is that if your content is awesome, it's getting a lot of shares, it can be featured in the featured marketplace part as well. That means you don't pay for your content to be there. It all depends on the quality of your content. And this actually speaks volumes, because if you're not able to pay for something, you actually have to earn it, and people actually need to want the content that you already have. And this is actually one of the things that really separates this network compared to others out there. There's no way to pay to get this reward. All right. So guys, what do you think so far? Do you think this is gonna be something that you would be able to use? You may yes. And in the next slide, I'm gonna show you how everything will work step by step.
And I'm going to answer a question from Regis as well, which is a very, very good question. And actually, he's right in this. So Regis says, traffic is great, but how is it going to be targeted traffic? So Regis, I want to kind of take this slide back for a minute here from Alvin and show you a couple of things. Alvin, is that okay?
Sure, Neil.
Yep. If you could pass it back to me in that case, please. Okay. So if you are running Facebook paid traffic, it will literally cost you. Okay, let me just see. Okay, if you are running Facebook traffic, you will literally have to pay between $5 to $10 for a perfect, not a perfect, even a lead. So, okay, I'm going too fast. Let's go and look at the level of your customers. And I think it was, I can't remember what book it was from, but there's 5 stages of awareness. Okay, 5 stages of awareness. How aware are the people that are looking at what it is that you're selling, right? In the end, in the beginning, you've got people who don't know about the problem. So let's say they have no problem. And obviously, because of that, they're not even looking for a solution, right? And then there are people who have a problem, but they don't know what the solution is, right? Then you've got people who have a problem and they know what a solution is, but they're looking at the right one. And then you've got people who know what the problem is and know what the solution is, and they know who you are, so they're looking at your solution in that case, right? And then finally, there's a group of people who know they have a problem, they know there's a solution, and your solution is the perfect one. Like they believe in it. They really believe in your solution. So I'm kind of paraphrasing these 5 stages of awareness. You can Google it and find it yourself as well. But if you're wondering, what level of traffic can you get? It really depends. Now, this is, I would say, level 1, level 2, level 3, 4, and 5. You need very little effort to convert them. Like they will convert like this. They just love your solution. They know what it is. They know they have a problem and the solution can fix it. They're looking for a good price. So giving them a good price, an amazing deal, amazing support will do the job. But if you're looking at this audience, like you need to start from education. You need to start telling them, hey, like in Regis in your case, hey, did you know that you could actually sell your real estate or you can build a real estate empire by just leveraging the current real estate you have? Because they're probably not even thinking about building an empire, but you tell them that that's what you can do. So you're making them problem aware. You kind of you take them through those steps, and you try and get them through to that last level. Okay? Yeah. So that's kind of how the traffic converts. Like that's the kind of traffic you can get. And when I think about Facebook advertising, I'm going to just do that because it's the easiest one. So say you were selling you were selling a program to show people how to, become a real estate mogul. I'm quite confident. I think we had a call about this. I might be mistaken here, but if you want to get people who are already problem aware, they're solution aware, and they know you exist. I mean, okay, even this, people who don't know you exist yet. If you want to target them on Facebook, you might actually end up paying something like $20 per click. And then you do retargeting, you spend more time, you spend more money, you do lookalike audience and whatnot. You spend close to $50 here, whoops, and you spend close to $100 here to drive this kind of like perfect traffic, right? With this one, and by the way, when I just say $100 in Facebook ads, think about how much time you're spending. And if you're not doing Facebook ads, if you're doing content marketing, think about all the time and effort that goes into that as well, right? All of that qualifies. And this one would be like, let's say $10, and this one would be $2. So I could literally go to Facebook right now, Facebook ads, and target people, even in the US, who have never heard about Kyvio, but I could teach them about, building an online business, and that click would cost me $2, right? I show them an advertisement, which is quite hypey, make $10,000 in your pajamas at home, which is like really hypey, and I wouldn't do it, but I could do it. So this kind of traffic, there's a lot of it. Like there's millions of clicks you can get if you want to spend that. This kind of traffic, maybe 10 a day, maybe, right? So if you're wondering, are you always going to get, if you build a network, if I send your link to my audience, are you going to get this kind of traffic? No. This one? No. This one? Probably not. You might get this kind of traffic, or you might actually get this one. People who are not even aware that they could build a real estate empire, or they don't even qualify. So most likely, the traffic levels that you're looking from a network are these ones. So if you're in the business of saying, no, I want the perfect lead, and I'm going to sell to that perfect lead, and that's all I want, what Alvin's showing you today is not right for you. But if your business is based on giving value, building a value ladder, selling something for a low price and then higher and then higher and higher, like 10,000, then this kind of traffic is perfect because there's so much of it. And when they land on your website, if they do, you can quickly qualify them. You can ask them a survey question. You can make sure your headline either calls them out to keep reading or ask them to get out. So Regis' headline could be, perfect for entrepreneurs or perfect for sugar daddies, whatever he wants to put there. If I'm not a sugar daddy, I'm going to look at that like, yep, not a fit for me, I'll leave. And that's a good thing, right? That's what you're going to have to do via Facebook ads anyway to get that kind of traffic. So when you're looking at network traffic, you're looking at this kind, and again, it can be expensive via Facebook, but with the method that Alvin's showing, it's actually nearly free. I'm not going to say cheap because, if you do get the system today, it's going to cost you something, but it is more or less free once you're invested. Because remember, it's reciprocation based. You're also spending a bit of time telling your folks about something else, an offer that might be a fit for them. Like obviously, if real estate isn't a fit for me, I'm not going to post that link for my audience. It would be a waste of clicks from me, it'd be a waste of clicks for Regis. But if inside the network there was a fit, there was someone who could also pursue that offer, there might be a collaboration opportunity. But the thing is, and again, I'll bring this back to Alvin soon, instead of just having you, me, and 10 other people in the network, what if we had thousands? What if we played the numbers game? What if we had 10,000? Would you find the fit in that case? That's kind of what we're showing you today. Alvin, I'll give it back to you and I'll answer a few questions here. So, yeah, Regis says this is the case study today. Yeah, it is a case study today. Regis, if you raise your hand, and if I know you well, I'm going to call you out. But this is a good question, really good question. Yes, first step awareness and important as well for me. Regis, you're right. Like honestly, if I had to think about real estate, Regis, now you're the one who would come to mind. Even though I never thought about investing in real estate. But since I had a call that call with you, If I know that there needs to be a go-to person, I'll come to you. That's, I was in the first stage of awareness. You moved me to second or third. Actually, like I know you, but I don't have the money to spend to buy a lot of real estate. So just think about it like that as well. Yeah. Okay. Alvin?
Yeah, going with something you also mentioned also, Neil, is that again, it's a community, right? We're talking about thousands of people here. Now, being able to be one of the one of the first people to be inside of the network, that actually gives you a lot of advantage as well. Gives you a lot of bargaining chip, as we would say, for those who are going to be coming to the network as newbies. Let's say 6 months from now, 8 months from now, they're going to be, let's say, 20,000 new members. So since you have already have a 6 month jump start or quick, you can actually price your shares or your content more, right? So that actually gives you an advantage there. That's one of the biggest benefits of being one of the, as you would say, an early adopter, right? So now let's go to the meat of the webinar here. How does this system work? All right. So everything's web-based. Everything is standalone. You don't actually need to install any software, right? So this is the dashboard right here. So step one would be, of course, connecting all your social media accounts. Now, this doesn't require any app installations and all. All you have to do is go to the profile settings here. Oh, that, and then you'll be able to add your YouTube account, add your Facebook account, Reddit, and all that, right? And if you do have, I'm not sure if you guys do have WordPress still, which I highly doubt since you're using Kyvio, you can also have a WordPress plugin here that you can use, right? So you'll be able to connect all your social media accounts here. And there's two parts that makes this really awesome. Now, it's all about earning your place, right? So you can earn traffic and you can buy traffic. And of course, you have the marketplace here as well. So let me show you how this works. Let's say I already have a campaign here, and again, you can use any campaign. You can add your own um, title, your tags, and all that, right? And of course, your images. You can also add video. All right, so here, so this is a blog post coming from Kyvio, and what I can do here is that, as you can see, if this article is shared, the share on this network will earn 10 points, right? And I can also limit how much or how many shares I want. So I'm not going to be overspending or getting all of my point system deducted because too many people shared the content. Of course, you can also ban and monitor people here. So you will know if that person is, or you can actually ban specific countries as well, right? So you can do that. You can ban IP addresses, something that I wished Facebook had, but unfortunately they don't have that. Um, so this allows you to filter where traffic is coming from and allows you to set a price per se on a point system. And since you're also able to earn points, you necessarily don't need to spend money, right? So if you want to earn traffic, there's a quick guide here on how you can earn automated traffic with this network. All you have to do basically is just go to the marketplace, right, from here, and you can find the content that matches your community. Let's say you're all about affiliate marketing, you're all about real estate, and you can search here a campaign either based on a keyword, right, based on a point system, or based on what kind of campaign it is. So if you have the ability to promote the content that your customers actually want. Something that, well, if you have a blog is, and for those who do have Google AdSense, something that you you can't control what Facebook would advertise on your site, right? Or what Google would advertise on your site. This allows you to get that control. So your ads will always, or your featured content on your site will always be relevant to your customers, right? And of course, the more shares you get, the more shares that you do as well, also allows you to level up as a member. All right, so let's set up a new campaign here. Let me show how easy it is. All right, so step one is connect your social media accounts and websites. So again, I've already done that here. It's basically a one-click process, and of course you're able to add multiple accounts as well. All right, so let's say for example, if I want to connect this to my YouTube account or my Pinterest account, I can have multiple accounts here as well connected with that. I have Twitter as well. Again, multiple accounts can be done. You just need to be logged into the same browser. And once it's authenticated here, you don't need to redo that every single time you log in. It's already synced up for you automatically. All right. So once you've done or connected all your social media accounts, it's now to create your campaigns. All right. Step two is collecting points for sharing relevant content. So it depends. In when you get in with this, you actually get a set number of points depending on the subscription that or the purchase you get. But if you let's say for example worst case scenario you have 0 points. You have, let's say you run out of points, and again you have run out of points and you want to earn. You want to earn more points so that you can spend more in the future campaigns. So all you have to do is just create a new campaign. All right, so from here, just need the campaign name. Let's say, for example, this is, let me just look for another blog post here. All right, let's say this one. This is a cool content here. 5 mistakes that are hurting your funnel conversion. So I'm gonna put that here. Same thing with the description. And I'm just gonna grab this image here. There we go. And I'm gonna add it in here. All right. So what's the name of that? Cover 784. There we go. All right, so I can put it in the right description. Let's say description would be about, all right, education, and the tags would be funnel conversion, Kyvio, all right, and say lead conversion or lead optimization. All right, now this part is what I talked to you about here as well. This is equivalent to becoming like a bestseller on Amazon, right? Your product will be featured on the top place on the marketplace. That means you'll be able to get more people to share, and of course your content will be rewarded for that. It's like having a featured or being featured on the marketplace as being one of the top leading content that is working for customers, right? So you can check this one if you want to be considered for being a featured post. Again, this is something that you can't pay for. It is something that you'll actually earn based on the number of people who will actually share and notice your post. All right. So once you're done with this, simply click on next. There we go. And you'll be able to select what kind of content this is all about. So if the content is just about a how-to, you can select article. Is this something that is basically or mainly social? Let's say, for example, a contest and something trivial, then you can select social. And if you are, essentially promoting a product, whether it's your own or as an affiliate, then you can select an advertisement option as well. right? So you can select whatever the content is all about here. And of course, you can change it later on if you do want to do that. Let's say I want this to be a social post. I'm gonna click on next, and I can share this across my network here, right? And I can add the content as well, whether it is going to be the content on Twitter, the content on Reddit. So again, each one has its own formatting. And if I select, for example, right? So let's say, for example, I select different way for this. Let's say I select the article option instead, then I'm gonna have a different option altogether. Right? Let's do that here. Uh, all right, let's select cover. There we go. And let's copy and paste this again. Let's just put Kyvio here and click on next. And let's say I want this to be an advertisement. I can select the next, and I can upload a banner here as well. So what will happen here is that if people will select this advert, your banner will show up on other people's blogs or networks as well on their website. If you select article, then of course you can copy and paste the article that you have here, and people can share that. And again, and this is awesome, especially if you're into creating value centered content. That means if you have, let's say, training about how to improve the funnel and all that, this actually is going to help you get more clicks on a kind of like in a blog or guest posting or blogging kind of way, right? So once you're done copy and pasting the content, you just simply click on next. There we go. Right, and of course you'll be able to set the number of points that you can reward for this content. So if they share it on their own network, they get, let's say, 1 point, and you're only going to share a maximum of 100, and that's it. And your content will already show up here on the marketplace, right? And let's say, for example, you need more points, but you don't want to share content to your social media, right? So all you have to do is simply select advert, right? And you only be able to see all the advert content here. So if you want to promote this, there we go. So with this, if we're 121 points will be given with this campaign, right? So now you have an advertisement that's gonna go to based on the number of points you select or the network you choose. So Facebook for 10 points, 10 points for Twitter, Reddit, and all that, right? You have a text ad and you have a article ad as well here. All right. So guys, let me know, what do you think so far? Is this something that would help you get more real traffic? Again, we're talking about real websites here, not just bots. We're talking about people who actually have something to offer inside of the community. Right? So let me see. I'd like to know more. I have, oh, okay. All right. So this is something really awesome, guys. That means you are not only an advertiser, you're also a consumer of content. So, and everything is going to be tracked for you as well. Again, there's no point on creating this system if everyone can just spam away and earn points as they go. Again, this is about quality and community, right? So every click, every share that you get is being tracked inside of the system. And you can use these points for targeted traffic to your content and offers. And let's say, for example, worst case scenario, someone is just sharing away just to get points. and you see that, well, that share is being posted on a website that's, well, totally unrelated to you or to your content. So what you can do is simply go to ban and unban users, and you can blacklist an IP here, or you can personally blacklist a couple of email addresses that are, or a couple of users that are sharing your content that is not, which basically just spamming it. So you have full control of where your traffic is going to and how it's shared. And all it takes is just three super simple steps. And this is actually why we want to build that traffic network with you as a partner. This is a system that is guaranteed to give you free, real traffic, whether it's going to be for opt-ins, blogs, offers, e-com, or for videos as well. This has been already been tested. Again, there's already like 100 or more than 100 people already inside of this network since its beta a few weeks or a few months ago. And you get to be part of the first wave of people who will be able to take advantage of this traffic network. As they would say, the first people that are always, or the first people who will get into the kind of network are always the ones who reap the most benefits, right? The first people who were able
It's
to
the
use Facebook for
pioneers.
advertising.
It's the
Yeah,
pioneers who are traveling across the ocean to the Americas, you know?
yeah. I think I remember, Neil, that I think about 4 years ago when I joined you guys, is that it was so easy to get like 10-cent clicks. Remember
Yeah,
that, the good old days in
the
Facebook?
best. The
Yeah, I
best.
remember that. It was so easy. Now you'll be lucky to get even a dollar click nowadays,
Yeah.
and
And just
you
to
get
answer
to
your
be.
question, sorry, go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, Neil.
So I was just going to answer a question from Regis. He said, "Do we know about the traffic of the members of the community?" You don't have a lot of information. I think. I mean, okay. Let me rephrase. You don't have a lot of information on the traffic kind itself. But Alvin, perhaps we can make a recommendation to Cindy to ask. During onboarding, people can also fill in what niche they're focused in. That way, people can kind of come in and have an idea as to what kind of traffic to expect. So I think that'd be really good. You do see a list of people who are coming in, like who are new or who are active, but for GDPR reasons, you don't actually see the email address or the all the details, for example. But I think if I just check this one out, yeah, I can see like their name. I can see some of the details, but I can't see everything about them because of GDPR regulations. And apparently, Alvin, I don't know if you are seeing this as well, but let me just take over the screen from you
Sure.
and I can show something. Okay. So as you can see over here, I can actually, you can tag someone as well, right? So you can see there's all these things that Cindy's doing. Of course, it's her platform. But if I wanted to like tweet at someone almost, I could do so from here. Honestly, I'm not not something I'm going to use. I'm just going to let people take care of traffic for me. But remember, the key is to give enough points and to have an amazing offer that people actually want to promote, right? Because if you don't do that, no one's going to have an incentive to promote. For example, I think this one has 1 point. It's not enough. I would say at least 15 points, at least 10 points. Look at what everyone else is giving as well, and think about whether or not people want to promote what you have. And look at some other things here too. I'm just giving you my guidance based on what I'm seeing. That if I look at these, I would absolutely, you know, go for someone like her because I can see a face. I want to promote someone I can see. That's always good. I can always, look at, I want to promote an article or an advert or a social. 100 points is pretty good. I want to promote that, right? Because I know I'll get 100 points and then I can, in return, get traffic from other people too. So those are things that you want to think about as well. Okay. Which country they're from? No, Regis, again, you don't know. You don't have those details because GDPR rules. But Alvin, if you take a note of it, we can perhaps ask Cindy to improve the membership kind of directory, so to speak. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome
What?
recommendation.
Yeah. And Joe's asking, I believe there are already established traffic exchange networks. Why would we choose TrafficIvy instead of an established network? John, if you find an established network that works for you, by all means, go for it. By all means, get in and spend money and go for it. I think this one is one time price to get in, as we'll show you soon. So that's one draw, of course. And being that this is in the marketing market, you will specifically get some kind of traffic. Okay. Can we reward people with more than points? Regis, at the moment you can't. At the moment you can't. But again, Alvin, if it's something you can bring it up with Cindy, because I was thinking along with the points, I would also like to make them affiliates. That could be pretty awesome, right? So if there's a way for us to kind of tell people to, go sign up with a link and get extra incentive because of that, I think that'd be really cool. So yeah. What measures are in place to stop abuse like click fraud? John, great question. I don't think there is any, as far as I know. Again, we can ask Cindy, but I don't think you're paying for clicks. This is not Facebook ads. You're paying for them advertising. You will still see the statistics based on how much traffic they drive to you, but you're not paying for the clicks. You're not paying at all, actually. I mean, it's a network, so it's a barter system more or less, except for the initial setup fee. Okay, Alvin, back to you.
Yeah, going with that, it's kind of like what we refer to as influencer marketing, in a way that someone who is well networked in that niche will promote your website or your blog or your content, and you get traffic from that. But this way, it's not just one way. It's just that you're paying someone to, or someone who's an expert to advertise your site, but rather it goes both ways, right? So it's mutually beneficial for you as well. Now, and as you mentioned, you're paying for the content to be shared on his or her network, not for clicks per se. All right. So three simple steps, guys, and you'll be able to get real shares and increase your traffic through that. And what makes this really awesome and what makes this really work is that everything is created to be easy, right? As I showed you guys earlier, it's so easy to create a new campaign. It takes basically what, 2-3 minutes tops. You just need to add the image that you want to use and the content and the tags that you want to be used there. And since all the entire network is created by marketers and by real people, you get 100% targeted traffic as well. Again, Neil did, and you guys did bring in some awesome suggestions, such as being able to see what country is that content coming from, or of course where the most of the customers are coming from as well, right? So again, I'm gonna bring those points as well to Cindy. I have them noted down here. But again, one of the best things about being a pioneer is that you also get to be able to shape the platform as it goes. This is only gonna get better. The more people who will be able to join inside of this network, the more features will be added as well, right? And you will be able to do just that and help shape the platform as we go. All right? So you'll be able to get real shares from real people, and since everything isn't spammed, isn't going to be some just their spam bot just making clicks or just spamming everywhere, you're gonna be able to get a major search engine traffic advantage, right? You'll be able to get better rankings on Google and other search engines because your traffic is essentially 100% real. It's not some. It's not just another click coming from China, for example, that is an IP that is being blocked by Google because it's just doing everything it can. And all the traffic is trackable, right? So you'll be able to see where the traffic is coming from and where every share has been posted. Of course, you'll be able to get all the benefits of blogging without actually starting a blog. Right? We all know how hard it is to start a blog, especially if it's something that's separate, and getting it to market, getting people to follow it is even more difficult. With this, you already have an audience, you already have a market. You just need to put in the content, which is basically the easy part. And of course, everything is done through a one-click connection system. That means there's no app set up. There's no like Facebook app that you need to create a Facebook ID and all that. It's basically one click, and as long as you're logged in to the same browser as TrafficIvy, then you'll be able to authenticate and connect your account to the network. And of course, as we talked about earlier, it's the more you use the network, it also increases your rank inside of it as well. And of course, you have featured content that is going to be somewhat of what we call as icing on the cake, because it only rewards the content that is actually relevant, that is actually something that people are reading. So you get rewarded for that. And you'll be able to join a large community who have the same goal as you, to generate traffic, to make money, and to market products as well. So it's just not going to be just another, let's say for example, 12, 18-year-old clicking on your clicks because, or clicking on your ads because the image you used seems to be interesting. You're talking about real communities with real buyers. So if you're thinking if this is something for you, if you're someone who is doing social media marketing, who's promoting affiliate products, if you're an e-commerce marketer, a local marketer, or website owner or blogger, you'll be able to use this. If you are selling any product as your own or as an affiliate, this is going to be something that you can use. And just like what Neil mentioned earlier, this is going to be available at a one-time fee. Now, since this is available at a one-time fee, there are 3 subscriptions that you can get. And you can actually get it as for as low as $9.97, one-time lifetime access fee. All right. So there are 3 packages that you can get with this. You have the 2,000 point system. Again, it's one time, and there's no expiration date as well on when you want to spend the points. All right. So you have the 2,000 point package for $9.97. You have a 5,000 traffic points package as well for $29.97, and a 10,000 point system for $49.97. All this, guys, the entire system itself. Plus, we're also going to be giving you bonuses that you wouldn't find anywhere else. As Neil mentioned earlier, we are creating a chat group with you guys. I'm going to do group coaching to help you start your TrafficIvy network, as well as if you have content that's awesome, that's going to be useful for our network, we're also going to help you promote that as well into our own network as well. Neil, yeah, I think you have more. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're actually using Slack for this, right?
Yeah, I can show that, but I'll let you finish first, and then because you've got the link up already, I'll let you finish, and I'll show the bonuses as well myself.
Okay, perfect. So again, you'll be able to be part of this group, and there will be me, Neil, and other people from the Kavi community will be there to help you as well. You also be able to get reseller rights to pitch perfect position. Again, this is something that Neil and Neil sold for a couple of months ago, and this is an awesome training on how you can pitch any product to any market and how to position in a way that people actually want to buy that, right? And you, of course, with the reseller rights, you get to sell as many copies as you want, and of course, you keep 100% of the profits. So you already get the help here on the setup process and how to get started and how to generate results. But we also give you, if you don't have a product yet, and if you don't want to get say 50% commission on affiliate products, and you want to sell an awesome product and get more, then you get the pitch perfect positioning there as well with 100% profit to you. There are also going to be additional bonuses such as the content syndication videos and how to build your tribe training that you can use to build your own community or you build your own set of followers. Again, there are going to be a ton of bonuses available for you guys inside as well, which again, this is going to be around $500 worth plus of bonuses inside if you get in uh, uh, inside of this TrafficIvy system. All right. So Neil, perhaps you can show a little bit of the chat.
Sure. So before I do that, I just want people to tell me whether or not they're jumping in, just so I know. And I'll do some math and I'll break it down for you, and I'll walk you through the bonuses that Alvin showed you as well, and why we're doing something differently with bonuses this time, and how's that going to impact you. So Alvin, have you dropped the link for everyone? If not, could you please?
Yeah,
Um,
doing that here.
yeah. Second thing, what happens after 10,000 points? Can we buy more? So, Regis, I think one of the upgrades is like monthly refresh for credits. Or, of course, if you share someone's content, you get points for that as well. Okay? It's basically a give and take system. Okay, so if you don't want to pay more, you can just share the price, and you can just share someone else's links and you can get paid for that as well. And again, like I said, you don't have to share if you don't want to. For example, I see some of them which are opt-in pages and I don't want to share them. So I don't have to. I only want to share blog articles, so that's what I'll do. Okay. Martin, I think at the moment system's only restricted to English, but remember that there might be some German-speaking people in there as well. And Alvin, maybe you can give that recommendation to Cindy as well, to in future provide, nationality-based as well. So if someone wanted to target German speakers, they could do that as well. Okay. Yeah, John, all
Okay.
of this is a one-time fee. And yeah, Regis says you answered my concern. So let me show you one thing. Yeah, German would be good. I agree. I think it'd be good as well. Okay, I want to show you this. Just give me a second. Alvin, if you can pass it to me, I'll
Oh,
show
sure.
people
Let me see.
something.
There we go.
It's okay. So I think one of the bonuses that you wanted me to show was the kind of like the community aspect, right? So this is where we're doing things a little bit differently now. Because previously we have sold a product in past, and we moved on to the next product next week, and that's all well and good, but of course people get upset if they don't get results with what we recommend. So we want to stand behind the recommendations. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a private channel on Slack. We're trying Slack out for this, so we're going to set up a private channel on Slack for between 30 to 60 days. I'm going to try it for 30 days, see how it goes, see how engaged people are, see what feedback we get. So it's completely experimental. So we're going to set up a Slack channel for 30 to 60 days. And within that, we're going to not only answer all the questions, but if you have any support issues, we're going to get those expedited. If you have any further questions, we're going to get those asked as well. We're going to show you our campaign. So Alvin's busy setting up some of the campaigns for us so we can get traffic, so we can share some of the results that we're getting as well, and anything that we feel might help you get more results with this. So if you feel that some of you are struggling with graphic creation, we can point you to Fiverr resources. So essentially, when we sell you something, we want to make sure that there's follow-up after that. We don't just want to hand you over to the next team and say, okay, you guys deal with that now, but we want to work with you to make sure that we follow through in the sales process. We give you the support, even if it's based on our recommendation. So my question to you is, how does that sound to you? Do you think this is something that you would like? Do you think follow-on support is something that'd be valuable to you? let me know. So Mashekar, it's manual. So I'm going to just write it as well. It's manual. There's no way to automatically do it at the moment. Okay, Russ says, yeah, that would be good. So again, we're differentiating ourselves from other people here. What I've noticed time and time again is that people don't really follow up after recommending another product. Like we are done with churn and burn, which is a new product every day. Instead, if you buy something based on my recommendation, I'm going to be with you to make sure you get results with it. I'm going to ask you for testimonials as well, because we know that if you get results and you get testimonials, that's awesome for everyone. You got to inspire other people as well. Okay. John's asking if it's quite new and new members are mostly using their credits, are there actual slots for adverts available? John, very good question. So there's no limit on number of advert slots going around, but it's a supply and demand thing, right? So for starters, it's a supply and demand thing. If you give, let's say, a share for 1,000 credits, you bet everyone's going to jump on it because 1,000 credits is too easy to pass up on. Same with 100 credits. It's a great offer. On the other hand, if you only do it for 1 credit, no one's going to bite, right? You can't be, you got to give. You got to be generous with the credits that you're giving. At the same time, let's say you give 100 credits and, within a month you run out. Then you're going to have to start sharing as well or buy more credits. So rest assured, this is something that Cindy will continue to grow. I do think that this is going to have a couple of thousand people when it opens up, like after a week or so. And that means there's going to be enough demand for good content. And honestly, I mean, if Ryan Dice posted, an article in there and he wanted it to be shared, people will share it because it's Ryan Dice. It's authority. It's a really good content piece. So if you share something which is really good, something that people would love to share, you will get shares as well from your adverts. John, let me know if that answers your question. Then next thing I want to show here is as well, it's just some metrics. So let's say you go for the 10,000 credit package, right? Alvin, you can drop the link again, but let's say you go for the 10,000 credit package. And let's say you're super generous and you say, okay, for every share, for every person who shares, I'm going to give you 100 credits, right? So you spend 50 bucks and you get 100 shares. Now I can tell you that it is impossible for me to pay someone 50 cents to share something on their Facebook fan page or YouTube channel or Pinterest or Twitter, whatever. No one's going to do that for 50 cents. If you try and find an influencer, they're going to ask you for 250 bucks, sometimes 400 bucks on Instagram, right? But paying someone 50 cents to share is incredible. Now, let's say you were really unlucky. You asked someone to share, they shared, they ran the thing, and you can, by the way, ban and unban users as well, right? So you can ban and unban users as well. So let's say for 50 cents per share, you only get like 5 clicks. It was that bad a traffic source. You only get 5 clicks. Now, that's equal to about 10 cents per click. Remember what I showed you earlier, that if you go to Facebook, you would even end up paying as much as $2. So literally you're paying 5% of what you would pay on Facebook for traffic here, in the worst case scenario. In the best case scenario, you share, everything clicks into place, maybe you get 100 clicks. Unlikely, but that's the best case scenario. Once in a while that will happen. You get 100 clicks for 50 cents. Now, maybe only 5 of them will be targeted. They might be on this spectrum. So you're getting like pretty amazing value here for that. That's my take on it. That's my math behind it. Like, I got a free account to sign up, which is the one that Alvin's using, but I'm going to be buying as well with you, just because I know that this is something that we can continue to use as well, time after time. Okay? Let me see if I missed some questions. Richard says, yes, it'll be good to keep an eye on the ball. You're right, some stuff looks good and then you get busy and then it's on the shelf until you remember you have it. Exactly, Richard. So I want to make sure that we start this new community, which will be experimental, by the way. So I got inspired by this other community that I'm in. So I'll be setting up a new community. We have one for Kyvians as well, which we will slowly roll out for Smart Academy. But I'll set up a new community as well for Kyvio/KV top users. And essentially, you get added into a channel and you stay there for 30 to 60 days, and then we close off the channel after a promotion is done. Okay? But then we'll also have a way to keep people in there permanently. Not everyone will be able to stay there permanently because you want to share some good content, some things that are working with everyone. But we'll find a way to keep some people in there. Some people who are not contributing, who are not active, who are not buying, will get kicked out. So we'll start that group tomorrow. Whoever buys today, Alvin will send out an invite to you tomorrow. Alvin, how do they claim the bonuses?
The best way to go with it is to send an email to us, support@kivio.com, with the receipt from ClickBank.
Okay, great, perfect. So Abhishek is asking the videos in pitch perfect positioning. Can we use the video links to use in the membership? Sure. Yeah, I mean that's what Alvin will give to you so that you're able to build your own I think Alvin, no wait, how does a reseller license work? Do people get to host it or do they have to promote what we have? Can you explain that as well?
They will promote what we have. So basically, they'll
Okay.
have a link that they can sign up for and get 100% commission.
Okay, so
So
we'll
yeah,
send you there you go. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, because I think that's the easiest way. Again, we don't want to bother you to having to set up your membership area for all that. We want basically everything for you to be able to monetize right away, and that's the easiest way for us to do that. Yeah, because again, if we give we can give you the videos, but the problem is you actually need to spend hours and hours, or you have to spend money and invest time in creating the membership area as well, right? So you can do it with Kyvio with your own, but why bother when you can just sell it right away and basically earn the same amount as you would. Yeah. So again, these are the three packages that you can choose from. The $9.97 is for 2,000 traffic points, 5,000 traffic points for 29.95, and 10,000 traffic points for 49.97. Again, all of these are one-time fees, and of course, they don't have any expiration, so you can spend them maybe a month, 2 months from now. If you think that you would like to see the network grow first, then you can uh, you can actually use those points on a later date as well. So if you want to, so you just push content there as much as possible, so you can accumulate more points. You can do that as well. All right. So again, guys, if you're someone who's gonna be who has content that is gonna be valuable for people, this is an awesome way to join a community to to get that as well. All right. So as mentioned, we do have our live coaching via Slack. We also have reseller rights for pitch perfect positioning as well with 100% commission and a ton of bonuses inside the members area as well. And of course, everything I showed you is also covered with a 30-day money back guarantee. So again, if you're not fully satisfied with uh, with with TrafficIvy, all you have to just contact the support and they will give you a complete refund. Again, but if you really think about it, this is gonna be something that's gonna be big, and more marketers are actually joining right now, and the more people who will be able to join this, and again, the sooner you start, the better you'll be as well when it comes to building your brand inside of this network. All right. All right. So um, for those who don't want to share, though, for example, you don't want to share other people's posts and you just want to use this traffic network as a primary way to generate leads and sales. So this is might be something that you can or you might want to consider, right? Upgrade number one is the Traffic Ivy Pro subscription. Now with this, you actually get to renew the number of points that you can spend in a month, right? So again, there are also two offers or two kinds of offers you can get for the Pro upgrade, which is going to be the Gold and the Silver. All right. So what does this upgrade give you? First is you get additional traffic points every single month top up, right? You also be able to add more blogs, add more social media websites, and of course you also get premium support via Skype, right? And of course, since you are a pro member, you are also able to get more points as well compared to regular members. right? So as you can see, you'll be able to get more points. You earn twice as much points as well since you do have a premium subscription, right? And of course, you also you all you you can you will be able to really use this one if you're someone who wants to really use Traffic Ivy as a primary traffic source rather than as a community based or like sharing other people's content. So there are two subscriptions for this one. So these are the differences. So the gold member will give you 5,000 points per month, and you can accumulate that as well. You can add up to 50 different social media assets. That includes WordPress blogs, that includes Facebook, Twitter, and multiple accounts as well. You'll be able to get or to receive twice as much points. You'll be able to get 1 hour traffic access to get access get access to your points within 24 hours, and of course you get premium support as well. Now, again, this is the pro subscription is something we do recommend for those who want to use this as an advertising network primarily, right? And if you do want more, you can also get the platinum upgrade, which is going to be 10,000 points per month. You can add as many social media accounts as you want as well. And of course, you get all the premium benefits as well, such as being able to get twice more points and premium Skype support. All right. So if you're jumping in for the gold pro upgrade, give me a 1, a 2 if you're getting the platinum upgrade instead. Again, this is an awesome value. Again, it really depends on your focus. I can't really say which one is better for you. It really depends on what and how you're going to use Traffic Ivy, right? So if you're someone who has a lot of relevant content, let's say for example you formerly have a blog, right, and no one's following it, and you want to repurpose some of your content that you have, and it's something that's really really good, right? Something that people read and it's really awesome. Then you can just go with the main offer, right? The 10,000 point package, and of course you can use that since you got a lot of content. But if you don't have a lot of content and you want to get as much traffic as possible, then the pro upgrade might be something to consider. All right. So guys, if you're jumping in for the main offer, give me a 1 in the chat, or a 2 if you're getting the pro or any of the pro upgrade as well. All right. All of this is covered with a 30-day no questions asked money back guarantee. So again, if you're not fully satisfied within the first 30 days of use, then all you have to do is contact support, and we guarantee that you'll be able to get 100% of your money back. All right. And let me know if you're on the fence. Let me know what's holding you back as well, and so that we can answer those for you. For
Alvin, did you
those,
explain what the 22 niches are? Someone's asking
there,
about 22 niches. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be it's like e-commerce, affiliate marketing, internet marketing. Basically, there's not really an exact list per se, but it's gonna be the top 22 niches.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, so it's not going to be something that's going to be really specific. It's going to be something that is already working for a lot of networks as well. All right. So, guys, yeah, let me know if you have any questions before we proceed. Again, this is something that is still being built or being being expanded. So again, you do have the chance to really help and shape this better in the future. All right. So again, going back to my recommendation, if you have a lot of content to start with, the main offer is going to be something that you can use right away. But if you want to speed things up, and if you don't have a lot of content and you're just starting out, then I do recommend getting the Pro, because it actually gives you a set number of points that you can use every single month. All right, and that is going to be a big advantage there if you don't have a lot of assets right now that you can share to the community. Now, upgrade number two. Again, let's specify to everyone here that all of the upgrades are again completely optional. You do again, it really depends on what you want to use this network for, right? So again, if you do think this upgrade is something that you can use, get it, right? But if you think that is something that is a bit more advanced and you don't want to um, aside from spending that kind of money, but you're not going to be able to utilize some of the features or benefits of some of the upgrades, then that's completely okay. You can just stick to whatever package you want to use and you can use as well right now. All right, so I want to make that very clear because again, this is not again this is about generating results. It's not about just selling you something just for the sake of it, right? So I'm sure Neil agrees with me with that. Again, only get what you need. So upgrade number two, right? So Traffic Ivy Kickstart. Again, this is something that is going to be really helpful for you, but if you don't have any existing systems right now, right? So again, with this system, you'll be able to get right. You'll be able to get a fully hosted WordPress blog. You'll also be able to get 5 done for you squeeze pages or squeeze funnels. You have a follow-up emails as well with your affiliate links, unlimited access to support and training, unlimited use of included WordPress plugins as built in to your done for your blog, and of course you'll be able to join app or get access to weekly live webinars, and of course it's also covered with a 30-day money back guarantee. All right. So if again, if I don't think if you do have Kyvio, I think you should already have some of these already with you. But again, if you're interested in building one from really from scratch, then you can get this as well. So, all right. So this is currently available right now at a one-time fee as well of let me see. That's not the right price. Let me see. All right. 1 second here. All right. Okay. All right. So this is going to be the Kickstart offer. This is available for you at a one-time fee of $97. Again, if this is something that we do recommend if you don't have a landing page builder yet, which you have already, but if you do want to try it out, you can also get this as well. But I I don't think it's gonna be something that you can really use because you do already have Kyvio. But yeah, it's an option for you as well, right? So it's $97 one-time fee to get the Kickstarter or the Kickstart upgrade there as well. All right. So before we proceed with the last upgrade, guys, let me know if you have any questions. All right. So that I can make it's gonna be quite clear because again, if we do move on to the next one, it's gonna be a bit confusing as we go. All right. So no questions for now. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. I think John and Neil answered it already. All right, okay. All right. So the last upgrade is going to be the reseller package. Again, if you'd like to resell Traffic Ivy as a solution itself to other customers who might be looking into something or joining you, and if you make money with this as well, you'll be able to get this reseller upgrade and all for a one-time fee of $297. So basically, you'll be able to get, right? You'll be able to get the resale system for Traffic Ivy. You'll be able to create your own sales page as well. You'll be able to your use a sales video, you can edit it, and you can customize as it's your own, and you'll be able to get an unbranded walkthrough video as well. And of course, since it's a resale license, you don't need to worry about product support. All you have to focus on would be selling the solution to your customers. All right. So once again, everything here is covered with a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. And of course, just like what Neil mentioned earlier, as we are going to be pushing for this and help you generate results with the live chat, so you do get follow up that a lot of marketers or a lot of other marketers are not doing with their own customers. Again, we want to help you and of course get your video testimonials as well on how we partnered up and how we built this awesome network of basically free targeted real traffic. All right. So guys, if you have any questions, let us know. Yeah. So this is gonna be the only webinar for today as well. For those who did came in late, we will try to make the replay available for you guys within 24 hours. However, the pricing might be a bit different from the video if you're watching this replay from the sales page. Right. All right. So I just want to make that clear because some people do send emails about that or ask whether the pricing on the video is different on the sales page. How do
And
you
I want to,
know?
sorry, go ahead, Alvin. You go ahead first.
Sorry, there was a question here from Richard. How do you know when you are running out of points or the content owner ran out of points? Basically, you do have a set number of points in the dashboard that you have. So here you get to see all the points that you're able to spend, and of course, if that person that is advertising in the marketplace don't have points to spend, then he or she will not be able to will you won't be able to share that content if that person ran out of points as well. Yeah, so there's no such
Yeah,
thing as negative points. Yeah.
exactly. And I want to ask a question for everyone here as well. Are you happy with the amount of traffic you're generating to your offers at the moment? Like, realistically, are you happy with that? If you are, don't get this. But if you have a shred of doubt that you're not creating enough traffic, or that's your kind of problem right now, that's what's holding you back, then this is exactly what you need, because this is not going to cost you all the time. It is a one-time investment, unless of course you want more credits every month. But you really only need to get this once, and this is real traffic. I mean, these are not links that you're sending randomly onto various 2.0 web properties where you might never get any traction, but these are real people who are recommending. And remember, when someone recommends your link, it's more likely to get traffic than when you do it yourself. That's the key difference as well. Okay, so again, if you, like Mandy says, can always do with more good quality traffic. If you're not getting good quality traffic, then this is what you need. If you're getting enough, if you have enough good quality traffic, cool, share that with me too. Tell me where your source is, because I gotta say it's expensive, crazy expensive. Okay, but that's it from my side. Alvin, I'll let you close this off, and whoever got in, perfect. We'll get in touch with you tomorrow to get you added into our community as well. It'll be small in the beginning, but that's how I like it, and we'll hopefully be able to help you through to where you want to be.
All right. Thanks for joining as well, Neil. So, guys, if you did get in and if you want to get access to all the bonuses and join us in chat, again, please make sure to send your ClickBank receipt to support@kaivio.com. And yeah, basically starting tomorrow, you'll be able to get in to the chat and, of course, access to all the bonuses there. All right. So, like what Neil mentioned earlier, again, this is an awesome way for us to really have control of the traffic we're getting. Right? We're trying to build essentially a new network wherein we will be able to advertise and of course we'll be able to pull traffic from other people who are in the same niche. Right? And again, some features will be added as well. Again, this is something that's new, and again, you get to be able to shape the software as we go. All right, so guys, before anything else, let me know if you have any other questions. We're gonna do a quick, maybe a 1 or 2 minute Q&A, and I think we can wrap things up. Okay. Um, yeah. So the pro is more on for people who do want to get a set number of points every month, right? Let's say, for example, you don't want to share as much, you don't want to promote others that much, and you would rather focus on getting traffic. Then, of course, you can get the pro, where you get either a 5,000 point added to you every month, or 10,000, depending on the subscription that you get for the pro. All right, let me see. Yeah, so it's only gonna get bigger, basically. All right, so guys, let me see. I don't see any other questions coming in. Again, if you do need help with the software, contact Cindy's team by support at wildfireconcepts.com. And again, for those who did get in, you can send your receipt to support at kyvio.com so that you can get access to all the bonuses we mentioned. For now, John, there is no way to buy credits at the moment. The only way you can get credits, but let's say if you run out, is to share the posts of other members. But that is something that can be added later on, but I can't promise that though. But we will talk to Cindy if there's an option to do that as well. All right. Okay. Yeah, except when you go to the pro, which is going to be renewed points every month. All right, so guys, we're gonna wrap things up. Again, thank you everyone for joining the call. Thank you as well, Reggie's, John, Richard, Lester, Mandy, Russ, Martin, everyone who joined the call, and I do hope to see you inside of the chat and inside of Traffic Ivy. Bye, everyone.